look at some actual America-specific news.
Oh,
Such as how if the two egos don't stop playing with each other, the Democrats are going to win. So, Ron DeSantis has announced he's running for president.
I mean, yeah, this is nothing, about the DeSantis Trump thing, but it's like he just won re-election as governor of Florida. See out your fucking term before seeking higher office. You don't need to do 2 years and then basically fuck off for a better job.
No,
just stop.
It's not a very good look to say, oh, you guys just elected me again. I quit because I want a better job.
Yeah.
What? Fuck off.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that, like, he's competing with Trump. Like, probably the best thing for the states would be a term of Trump's second term, then 2 terms of DeSantis.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's 12 years of based as all fuck.
Yeah. What we don't need is these two egos battling it out in fucking primaries, distracting everybody from the dumb shit the Democrats are doing, and then I don't know, DeSantis winning and Trump running as a fucking independent.
Yeah. And the worst part is Trump would get probably 12 to 13% of the vote easily as an independent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Major's giving us good news. DeSantis is not a threat to Trump. He lost almost all his MAGA support. He keeps seeking the national polls since he announced his run. Backers have abandoned him since the Twitter debacle too. Well, that's good, but we really don't need this stupid infighting. Both Trump and DeSantis are being stupid. Like, Trump keeps insulting DeSantis. Like, for fuck's sake, Trump. You're not winning hearts and minds by insulting DeSantis. All you're doing is giving the Democrats more bloody ammo.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like we don't need these two. Like, can you imagine? Like, okay, if what Matt just says is accurate, which I believe Matt drove what little I know. So, okay, so Trump will probably win the primaries if he gets a Republican nomination. But imagine if something went all tits up, and DeSantis did. Like, imagine if the vote was getting split 3 ways. Like, it's unlikely, but based on what Madge is saying, but we don't need to give like imagine if Sleepy Joe's replacement, whoever that's going to be, even if it's just another skin suit, imagine if it was them going on fucking apparently 50.1% of the nation's voters last time.
Jesus.
And now it's going to be versus like 2 other nominees. Like, imagine if either one of Trump or DeSantis was stupid enough to run for actual presidency as an independent. Like, I'm not entirely sure how US elections can go, but if there were 3 candidates, one's Democrat and the other 2 are Trump and DeSantis, pretty sure it's a simple majority here, and that's not a good outcome.
Yes. Yep. And the other thing is we have a historical precedent to look at, and that's the election of 1912, where Woodrow Wilson won because FDR split the Republican, not FDR, Theodore Roosevelt split the Republican vote. And that led to hell. I mean, that was one of the worst election outcomes possible. That said, I think the big problem here is DeSantis is more of the establishment candidate, and they're treating Trump like a dark horse in some ways, or like, oh, well, he, Orange Man bad, so if we get him as the Republican nominee, then we'll win easily. It's 2016 all over again.
I just
not 2016, 2020.
Yeah, not a bobcat. I'm not really sure on the details, but we do not want a 3-way split. I don't know if that's possible, but it would be fatal. Okay, so
because what would happen is if Trump or DeSantis really wanted to, they would run as a third-party candidate.
Yeah, there we go. That's kind of what I was looking for.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same as over here, where technically they could have a coalition if combined they got more of the votes than the other guy. I don't think it's like that in the US. I think it's winner takes all, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's basically simple majority wins.
Yeah, based on what Medj is saying, Trump will probably win, and hopefully DeSantis will just bugger off. Like, hopefully he'll bugger off before then, but if someone was to run as a third-party candidate, obviously Trump should win over DeSantis, but the problem is we're looking at margins so small that someone as popular as DeSantis could drag that simple majority down enough that say the Democrats got 49.9% of the votes. If DeSantis takes 0.2% away from Trump's, that could be just enough to squeak the numbers into a way that will work. Now, obviously, this is all wild speculation, and apparently, according to chat, blatantly wrong, but hopefully no one does anything stupid, and if they'd stop fucking infighting, like, the smartest thing that DeSantis could have done is back Trump. Finish out his term as his new term as governor, and then spend the next however long between the end of that term and the next election campaign. Just straight campaigning.
Well, and that's the thing. I think if DeSantis had been patient and smart and not listening to the apparatchiks around him and gone full in, yep, I support Trump. Yes, we need to have a primary. I'm running to make sure that it's a fair election so people have choices, but I really, at the end of the day, support Trump, or at least the ideals of Trump, just in case something happens where Trump implodes. And basically, like, yep, hey, I'm here to make sure that it's a fair, equitable election where there's a good choice, but I really support Trump at the end of the day. One, his support would probably be significantly higher. And they could run basically a joint campaign where it's like, Trump could say, DeSantis is great, but he needs time on the national stage, but this isn't his time for a presidential
that's
run.
it. DeSantis is great, but he's doing such good work down in Florida. That's where we need him. We need him to secure it down there. We need him to finish the job protecting our children. Then when he finishes out his term, he'll be positioned perfectly to run again in whatever year it'll be. But no, they're acting like bloody children, the pair of them. And as Bobcat says, that's exactly what the Lizards DeSantis is working for want.
Yeah. Because, I mean, DeSantis has kind of gotten the tacit support of at least the Bushes and maybe some of the other party players. And it's like, well, this is bad news. This is bad news for the average American.
Yeah. There's none of this bullshit infighting. It helps anyone.
No. But, that's kind of what the uniparty types want, where if they can corral Trump, kind of make him seem unpalatable to the general public, then they feel like that's a win. Even if it's like, Biden 3.0, 4.0, what have you, where he's out smoking crack, molesting kids and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's a win for them.
Yeah, like another way DeSantis could have gone is, I support Trump, but just in case this bullshit in New York goes the wrong way, I'm putting my name in now, so I'm out there, and just in case something happens so that Trump can't finish his campaign, I'll be there. Anything but what he did.
Yeah.
I don't think neither of their egos can handle that.
No, but see, that's the thing. So somebody needs to be whispering in DeSantis's ear.
The way
you've got an 8 years coming up for you potentially. Sit back and basically build your base so you have an unstoppable force.
Yeah,
in the
as Major says, DeSantis needed to keep cutting his teeth in Florida, lock the state down tight. He's done so many good things. Exactly. Finish the job, and then you can turn around and as part of your campaign go, look what I've done in Florida. I've done this, I've gone this out of the schools, I've done this. Our reading rates are through the bloody roof. Like other states.
Yep.
Like
I mean, if he went to cooperate with Trump in this, he would have his 8 years in the bag, guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as Major says, Ron's been influenced by bad actors in the GOP, aka establishment rhinos. Yeah, it does seem that way. But the ones who don't want more Trump. The establishment is not terribly keen on Trump. Because
they're not keen on anything that promotes Americanism.
No. Like, I remember it being a thing on here, here in Australia, where on the news they're complaining, Trump said he's going to put America first in everything. That's not a problem. That's literally his fucking job.
Yeah. Should be every president's job, but...
Yep. In fact, I would like to expect the same thing from my leaders, but unfortunately they've been brought and paid for since the 70s.
Oh, yeah. Basically since LBJ in the U.S., and I could actually see arguments for further back historically. American presidents have typically not been outside of the uniparty. It's like you could make an argument for JFK, Eisenhower definitely, Reagan to a lesser extent, and then Trump, and everybody else has been a party player for the uniparty.
Though Green Martian says that should you as a leader put your country first. I mean, why would anyone think otherwise? Because they're globalist lizard people.
Yep.
They have no soul.
No.
Like a Swede.
Or a ginger.
Honestly, I just can't describe how much I hate politicians at this point.
Good.
I can try, but I won't.
You don't want to get banned off of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus says, same here in Europe, Trump this and Trump that. I'm like, yeah, he's the president of the US. That's his damn job. That's it. I wish my politicians would put Australia first.
Would be nice, wouldn't it? A nice change of pace.
Yep.
Hey, leaders of a country. You know you're supposed to lead your own country?
If you enjoyed this segment from the Sons of Chardonnay podcast, please consider joining us live exclusively on rumble.com/c/Sons of Chardonnay. A special thanks to our Subscribe Star supporters who you can currently see scrolling past on your screen.